Yes, hello.
Hallo, hoe gaat het? En all that.
Gaat goed, gaat goed.
Dankjewel. Good.
You have some good-looking ladies here in front of you. Bianca, Emily, Helga, hello. Monique, Anita is coming into the room.
I should have brushed my hair.
This session is being recorded.
Is it? Okay.
Marc Blank-Settle, a BBC trainer and an iPhone app expert. I think you're the best expert maybe in the world. I'm always happy if I see your screen time because your screen time is always higher than mine.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. It's too high.
5-hour screen time. I'm so happy that you agreed to be on Zoom with me and tell us all something about apps. And could you introduce yourself a little bit more?
Okay, so as Geertje has said, and I'm sorry if I mispronounced your name because I've never got the hang of it, I work at the BBC and I used to be a journalist, but luckily not anymore. I now do lots of training for other journalists where I show them how they can use their smartphones to best effect, because one of the things I say is that anyone can press record and, you know, you get something, but there are certain standards that we want to get, certain quality that we'd like to get out of the phone, and just pressing record is not enough. So I teach a lot of journalists how to use their phones for better video filming, for better photos, and for better audio recording, and also how to get the content from their phones into the BBC system, because there are many ways of sending, but we have our own way of doing it, so the quality again remains high. So it's not the main device that we get people to use, because we have better cameras and we have better audio recorders and we have radio cars and we have satellite trucks, but it's the one thing you have with you all the time. So if anything happens, you've got your phone with you. Or if something delays the camera crew arriving, you have your phone with you. So we want people to understand that when they've got €1,000 worth of phone in their pocket, what they can do with it to get content that is good enough to go onto the BBC, which you probably will watch from the Netherlands, because when I've been there, I can get it on the BBC.
Yeah, we watch the BBC. Question, is the iPhone a professional camera?
Yes. I would say it is a professional camera if it is used properly. Now, there are amazing people that I follow on Twitter and on Facebook groups who are basically camera crew. They know how to use cameras, and then they have turned to using a phone, and they do some incredible things with it that are good enough for films. There are films that have been made with smartphones. Yeah. Equally, there's some stuff you can see on Snapchat and TikTok where it's all out of focus and the sound's terrible and the light's not very good. And I go, yeah, I don't like looking at that. On the other hand, there's the question of, is what you're seeing more important than the quality of the picture or how good the sound is? If something is filmed on a phone and it captures the moment, does it matter that it's vertical? Yes. But does it matter if it's captured it and therefore you broadcast it? So yes, it's professional if you know how to use it properly.
I think you prepared something, Mark. We are all very excited.
I have.
We have 20 minutes. Go for it.
Can you see my phone screen?
Put them in the chat.
Can you see my phone screen? Good. Right.
Yes.
Okay. It's going to be about a quick run through. Okay. So I'm going to take you through some of the apps I think are very clever. So I have to drop a few because we're already running a bit short of time. So this one here called Double Take. Double Take will let you film yourself doing a piece to camera at the same time as filming something else. So you could be saying what you can see at the same time as showing the thing that you can see. Now, depending on the phone that you've got, there are different options in terms of the lenses. But this app is free. It's made by one of the best developing teams around. Again, it's only on iOS. I'm only going to be showing iOS apps. But it does mean that you can do your piece to camera. You can film yourself or someone next to you talking about the thing you're seeing at the same time as showing the thing that you're seeing. Excellent. So that is called Double Take. Then this app here called Clip-O-Matic. So I'm going to choose at the bottom here how I want the text to appear on the screen. Then I'm going to start recording. So as long as you talk nice and clearly, it will take what you say and automatically turn it into subtitles. This app only works in portrait and square, not landscape, but there is one extra thing which you should find useful in a moment. So having subtitles is really very clever. You can then, I think there's a way of adjusting it. So play and save and allow photos. There is a way, I think you can actually, if anything's wrong, you can change those subtitles. But just while I let that one save, if I just go back and let me go back a level, there we go. So back and back and back and tap, and there you go. You can do it in Dutch as well. So you can do your recordings. And I'm not going to do my one remaining sentence in Dutch from having a Dutch girlfriend about 30 years ago. So I shall move on from that.
That's tot ziens, right?
No, it's more than that. If we have time, we'll do it later. Okay, so there's this here. Now, for a lot of non-professionals, this could be an absolute winner. So if I go to here, and then I start doing this, get a bit of a countdown. Only news professionals have access to an Autocue machine, and while this isn't as good as, it is pretty much as the next best thing. Add your script, adjust the scrolling speed, and the text appears right next to the front-facing camera, meaning that while you are reading it, it in fact looks like you're talking directly to your audience. The main downside of these apps is that they are moderately expensive, around 20 euros, but they are a lot cheaper than a proper Autocue machine and also a lot smaller. This app limits you to 750 characters in the free version, but as you can see, you can still get quite a large amount of text in it. If you buy the full app, you get lots of other features too. So you've got your Autocue while you're recording. You can also then add subtitles to your recording. So it's a really quick way to be able to read something off your screen, but it doesn't look like you're reading, and it looks like you're connecting with your audience. And I think that's a really, really clever app to have on your device. Okay, so in terms of filming, as Geertje was mentioning, there are lots of apps that you can use to film, but there are lots of apps that can give a different look to what you're filming. So if you want your video to have a sort of a retro feel to it, it can look like it was filmed on a camcorder, where you can have dates and times. I'll put the dates on here. So let's go to show date on the video. There we go, like that. And you can change the date as well. You can make it look like it was recorded 20 or 30 years ago. Or if you need some static, you can record some static, or you can have these, what we call the bars. So, you know, at the beginning of a video or in the middle of a video to make a little break, you can have those bars added to your video. If you want to go back further in time, this one here called 8mm, it can make your video look like it was recorded 100 years ago. If you know, let's say you work at a museum and it's been 100 years since you were opened, you could then go back and sort of have all your staff dressed as if they were working in the museum 100 years ago, and then film them using this app. And it's a nice, clever little way of doing it. There are quite a few techniques. Also, you'll be able to tell your friends that you have an app on your phone that won an Oscar. About 6 or 7 years ago, a filmmaker was making a film. He ran out of 8mm film, the old film for a camera, and he recorded some shots on this app called 8mm. Now, mega photo. This one can look a little strange, but I'll try to take you through it. And is it going to go like, it is. Okay, so what you have here are dozens and dozens and dozens of different filters for how your video looks. Now, clearly, as we were saying earlier, it is the story that you're telling that is more important. Exactly. But these kind of features and filters, if you wanted to have this made 10 or 15 years ago, you would need a very large, very powerful computer to do this for you. But this app does it for you itself. It's only a couple of euros. You can, I mean, some of these are just, absolutely weird, but visually they can look quite exciting. And so you can do this either to live video or to pre-recorded video. So you can record some video, bring it into this app, and then it will do this clever processing, or you can record live into it. Now, I would probably recommend recording and then bringing it into the app, because if you record live in the app and you make a bad choice, you're a bit stuck. You can also do it with photos. I mean, it really is a very powerful app. If I played around with it yesterday, I found something that was new to me. So if I go to here, and then I go to my videos, and then I go to here. Now, you probably all know what a London phone box looks like. But now, what colour is a London phone box?
Interesting.
You can change the colour. Now, of course, you've got to be careful about why you're doing this. But the fact that this technology is available in an app that is only a couple of euros is just ridiculous. And I've only shown you a very small portion of what that app can do. Now, I think that Geertje said that some of you are aware of an app called LumaFusion, which is very good, very powerful, but sometimes for some people, it's a bit too much. It's a bit overwhelming because it can do so much. Yeah. One that a lot of people have come very happy with recently, because it's free, but also because it's very good. Rarely do you get something that's free and very good, but this app is an app here called VN. It has a little advert at the beginning, but then you just ignore it. Then you go to make a new project and you select your and you select your little video clips like this, and then it has them on the timeline. You can add text. You can add another clip on the timeline above, so you can have picture in picture, or you can scale down the video and have it up there. You can add text on top. It is almost as powerful as LumaFusion, but it's free. It's not quite as good as LumaFusion, and let's be honest, almost nothing is, but it's free, and everyone, of course, likes things that are free. Now, if you've recorded some video, but you want a single photo from that video, this app here called Video to Photo is very impressive. And what you do is you load up the video, and then you go through. Now, this is a moderately static shot, but I moved to here. And if I want, exactly that frame, I can tap, and then it saves just that frame to my camera roll. So you have a very, very good quality frame from your video. It's not a screen grab, but it's a single frame from your video. And so that is called Video to Photo. Now, many of you will not have access to any kind of graphics team who can make things for you. But if you want to make some kind of chart to show information, data, or whatever, this app can do it really quickly for you. So a while back, I was training in Delhi in India, and I made this pie chart here to show the breakup, or breakdown rather, of the ownership of smartphones by people at the BBC in India. You can change the colors. Yeah. You can change the layout and the titles. You can even change exactly how the, whether you're having a pie chart like that, or a graph like that, or a graph like that, or a bar chart like that. And so very quickly, you've got data that you can display to your wherever you're putting your content that otherwise I think would be quite hard to put together. Yeah. So this app here called VideoScribe, well, it's probably easier if I play what this app can do rather than demonstrating it live. So it's just going to load up, and then I'm going to play this.
Yeah.
So you put text into the app, you search for pictures in the app. Let's just see how well it does here. So if I now search for, oh, I can't spell, I missed out the end at the beginning. N-E-T-A.
Netherlands, yeah.
Netherlands, yep. I didn't practice, what have we got? No, it's not found anything. That's quite depressing. Well, you can also import.
Get the idea. You will get tulips and windmills.
Exactly. Yeah. You can import images into this app, and it's a great way again to convey information that otherwise it would take a lot of money, a lot of time to do. Another one here called Icon Graph. So Icon Graph is a way of again making preset charts. So again, if you want to make information and convey it to people, it has more options than the previous one. One clever thing to mention to you, which I can't demonstrate right now because I can't use the, if you see the circle on the right-hand side, that is screen recording. And I can't do it when I'm using it right now. But if you use screen recording, for this particular chart, for example, you can actually record as these bars grow. You know what I'm saying? So the bars are growing, but if you use screen recording, you can actually capture the growth rather than just saving the image. Exactly, yeah.
I got
screen recording is really very clever.
So I love that, Mark, that you are still using some kind of hacks, to screen record.
Screen recordings. In fact, I'll just show you another one, which I hadn't planned to show, but just to mention this one here called My Typewriter. So here, this app, you can type on the keyboard, but the app itself only saves what's actually typed. But if you do screen recording at the same time, you actually can record the typing of the old style typewriter.
Which is much cooler.
Exactly, rather than just having a printout, effectively, of what the typewriter has printed.
Yeah.
So this app called Intramate. Intramate is basically very clever, very well-designed titles that otherwise you would not be able to make yourself. So you get something that looks like this, and then you just change the text. So if I change the text here and put in here like that, and then press done, and now play, you get that. So, you know, almost in seconds, you've got something that looks like it's really, really professionally made. There are quite a few to choose from. If I just play another one that looks like this, you know, that does look quite nice. Or another one that is very good on this app is this one here. Let's say you have got a product. You can have a product that goes from the side, and then all the interesting things about the product or the thing that you're telling people about appearing on the left-hand side.
Yeah, with the bleep, 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 bleep.
Exactly, or you can get rid of the bleeps as well.
I like it.
So PicPlayPost. PicPlayPost is very clever. So if I allow my photos and then create a collage, and here you can, for example, have a layout like this. I can tap and then I can add from my camera roll here. Let's go to my albums, and it has a special one here, which I've got to find. Where is it? I labeled it specifically so I don't have too much personal stuff in here. I literally put it in here saying Geertje, and I'm trying to find it now.
That's the bottom one, maybe.
It probably is. No, it's not. I can't see it at all now. Oh, where's it gone? I'll go with this one instead. Okay, so if I just tap that image there, after all that took that long, and another image, I'll go with this one here, or that one there, and then this one here. Oh, let's do a video, and you'll see why I've got the Dutch King and Queen in a moment. Right, so here, what you can have is a static photo, but that plays, we've got two static photos, but it plays at the same time as a video.
Yeah.
And this is square. But if I want to change that quickly, I can tap a tick and go back and change the layout like that, but also I can change it from being square to make it vertical. And then it looks like this. Or I can change it to be landscape, and then it looks like this. So you get a different sort of layout, a different design. You can see the way you can have all the different layouts of images and videos at the same time. I think it's really very clever to put all those things together. Another similar one is called Mosho. So I gather from Geertje that you know an app called Quick. I think this is even more exciting than Quick.
Really?
And it is. But it's not free. And we know that everyone likes free.
Yeah, Quick is free, huh?
Yeah, Quick is free. But if I just select these images of the BBC like this and then add, unfortunately you always get music. So let's, there is no music there. So now, if you have a look at the way that it puts these photos.
Anybody got a prescription, for this love, right?
So whenever I choose a different design.
Yeah.
So probably what the easiest is if I go back here and you see you're about 70 different options of how the photos are animated. And again, I think it's about 15 or 16 euros a year, but it does more than Quick. Spark Post. So if you have an Adobe account, you've already got an Adobe account, this is one of the best apps, because if I go to my photo library and then I go to let's go to useful photos and then tap, 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 tap. Again, I don't have any graphic design abilities, but very quickly you can find here a different layout for different social platforms. So let's go with that one there like that, and then done. You can rearrange how the stop it, it's giving me adverts here, how the layout is done of all these different photos. It can then choose how the color, it's got a very good what's called a color palette. Again, I have no color design ability, but it does all this automatically for you. It will let you animate the text onto the screen, and then you can save it as either a GIF or a video. And again, this app is free as part of the Adobe subscription, which obviously means it isn't actually free. So that is Adobe Smartphone. So Snapseed. Snapseed is probably the best photo editor on the App Store. So you can select a single photo. Let's go with one thumbnail. I should have chosen a better one here. And then you've got loads and loads of tools. If you can't find the tool that you're looking for in Snapseed and it's free, then there are other better ones, but they are going to be much more expensive. So Snapseed is a very good app for doing that. Retouch. So let's say you have something in a photo that you don't want in your photo. So I'm going to go over here. Don't look at me. Look at this over here. I'm going to take that photo like this. And then I'm going to open up Retouch. Obviously, you've got to be quite careful about what you do with these apps, because look what I can do with this photo. So select. Now, if I do object removal, like that, and boom, and it's disappeared.
Yeah.
So you can actually, if you have something in your photo that you don't want in your photo, you can actually remove it so it's not there. And that is Retouch. So Color Splash is a way of removing color from a photo. So let's go to here, that one like that. It's not the world's greatest photo, but the idea is it makes it all black and white, and then you can bring back just particular parts of the photo. So everything else remains black and white. It just highlights a particular image, a part of an image, to bring lots of color, people's attention.
Yeah.
Vont is probably the best app for putting text onto videos. There's a similar app called Fonto, which is for photos. So again, I'll select my video like this and use the original video, and then tap on the screen and add my text. This is my text. And then I have a massive range of fonts. You can add your own fonts on top as well.
Oh, really?
And then you can choose where it goes on the screen. And most importantly, you can choose a color, and you can change the colors, or you can adapt them here to be exactly the color that you want. So if you work for a brand and they have a very precise color, you can change it to exactly what you want.
Exactly.
So that is called Vont. That one is called Vont.
Font with a V, right?
With a V, yes. Hype type. This does animated text over a photo. So if I just take a photo like that and then tap the tick, and then you can change also the aspect ratio, so landscape, square, or portrait. Yeah. But here, you can then at the bottom with the T, you have 26 different ways that text animates onto the screen. Again, in very eye-catching ways. I think that's only a couple of euros, I think, from memory. Now, Voice Record 7, this is the only voice app I'm going to use. Now, you probably saw a couple of days ago, you may have done, this video from the Dutch King and Queen.
Met spijt in het
Okay,
hart.
so I'm just going to show how well this app works. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to extract the audio from that video. So what this app is doing is it is removing the audio from that video, because I need an audio form of this content. Then I'm going to share that audio with this app called Voice Record Pro. So I'm going to tap more, and then I'm going to go to Voice Record 7, it's also known as, and import. And so we're going to check that that's this audio.
Met spijt in het hart.
It is. So now I'm going to go to transcription, and it's already on Dutch, and it's going to start the transcription. And what it's doing is it's now listening to the audio that it can hear. And it is now giving a transcription of that audio. And this app is free. Transcription is normally something that's very expensive to do. But this app is free.
And it's in Dutch.
It does it in Dutch. It does it in lots of other languages as well.
Excellent.
So you need a few other apps in order to get hold of this audio, to bring it into this app. But it is amazing, and you can see, I mean, you can tell me how accurate this is, but it looks,
pretty good.
I compared it to the subtitles.
We
it
have
looks
to
pretty
almost
accurate.
wrap it up, Mark. 2 more
Really?
minutes.
Okay. 2 more minutes. Okay. One other, this isn't an app, but this is one of the most powerful things that people don't know about. It's called Shortcuts. It's on all of your iPhones. Go to the gallery, and it will suggest shortcuts that do clever things that you didn't think were possible. I'll just show you one more thing, because it was a new app that came out only yesterday. Watch this. If I do this and take a photo of that, it has now captured that, okay? And then if I swap, and I've got to see whether I can do it live, because I literally only practiced this earlier. If I can swap to my, here we are, to my Microsoft Word, there we go, and now share that, and then drop. Are you seeing my Microsoft Word?
Yeah.
Yeah, hang on. Let's see if it's going to work. And it's thinking about it. It may be because I've connected my phone, but it should send that image captured directly. There we go. Can you see my clipboard?
Yeah,
let's see if I can share.
Clipboard, but not the phone yet. But anyway.
Okay, hang on. Let's share that.
Yeah, there it is.
Yeah. So you can take a photo of something in the real world and send it to your phone as a sort of a capture, which I just think is ridiculous.
And what is that app called, Mark?
That is called Clip Drop.
Clip Drop. Okay,
Clip
just
Drop.
out now. Well, thank you so much for sharing all your knowledge.
I'm sure that's been far too quick.
I will. How do you say? Watch it again and then take better notes. I already took some notes, but just for everybody to share. Thank you so much. I just want to point out, what is the best place to follow you, Mark?
As my wife would say, I'm always on Twitter.
Twitter. So follow Mark on Twitter. And I also want to point out the BBC Academy.
Yes.
Can you say that in 2 sentences?
Yeah, if you just go to the, just look for BBC Academy and then search for iPhone or smartphone, and there are lots and lots of videos of me for which I can only apologize.
Yeah. So the BBC Academy, it's free, right?
It is.
There's lots of videos about mobile journalism. Why don't I see you? Can you stop to scare your
Stop
screen?
sharing.
Yeah,
there we go. Yeah.
And I say a goodbye. I know you have a next meeting shortly. Thank you so much for your time.
No worries.
I will make a list. Lovely. And hartelijk dank. We will follow you on Twitter and all social.
I hope to see you at Mojo Fest at some point.
Next year, hopefully.
Yeah, I hope so. Hopefully. Yeah, stay well and stay safe.
2022.
Yeah, probably. Yeah. Okay,
thank you so much, Mark. You're free to go. Thank you.
Bye. Bye.
Thank you.